Hi. My name is Holly. Welcome to Speak Yourself, Army. This project would not be possible without you, Army. I am here to tell your stories to the world. Someone, somewhere, is looking for someone that understands what they are going through. The person that they are looking for just might be you, dear viewer. So I ask you, please consider submitting your BTS story to me on Twitter. How has BTS had an impact on your life? What difficulties have they helped you through? What life lessons have they taught you? What emotions does their music evoke in you? Does their music make you feel joy, warmth, passion, or something else? Tell me your stories, and I will tell them to the world. Speak Yourself, Army. Hello. Thanks so much for joining us again for another episode of Speak Yourself, Army. If you are a first-time viewer, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the show. At the end of the program, I will explain how your BTS story can be shared on the show. Also, I neglected to mention this in the previous episode, but you still have the opportunity to become a part of the Speak Yourself, Army team. If you would like to be a part of what goes on behind the scenes by becoming a part of the team, just shoot me an email at speakyourselfarmy@gmail.com. Or, if you prefer, you can DM me on Twitter at SYArmyT. I look forward to working together to spread the word about BTS and the impact they are having on people's lives. Now that the housekeeping is done, we can get on with the show. As always, this story's gonna be a good one. Today, we hear from an Army named Anastasia, but you can just call her Nat. Take it away, Nat. I'm going to begin with a little backstory to help you understand easier. I'm still a high school student, but my family and I moved quite a lot ever since I was young. When I was almost 2, we moved from Greece to Cyprus. Then, after 8 years, we moved back to Greece for 4 years. 3 years ago, we moved back to Cyprus, and that caused me to say goodbye to my best friends at the moment. Usually, we would move without warning. My mom and dad had been divorced since I was 4, and my dad lived in Cyprus with his new wife. For the summer, I went to visit my mom, who lived in a different area than my dad, and was there for a while, but I never thought I would stay there. I didn't manage to say goodbye to my friends or other family members that lived in Cyprus, and after only 1.5 months, I had to start a new life where people were really different from what I knew. School started and I started feeling really sick. I never had motivation for anything, and I would cry myself to sleep every night. A few months later, I met my new best friends. They were so kind, and they would try to help me no matter what. Even though I was pretending to be happy inside, I was breaking every day a bit more. I missed my friends. I missed my school and my teachers. I felt so homesick. I just wanted to leave this place where no one understood me. I never told anything to my mom, and I would always keep everything inside me. That's when BTS walked into my life. I was having a sleepover with my friends, and while watching a makeup video, Fire started playing. I asked my friend if she knew the name of the song, and she told me. I fell in love with them so fast. The next day, when my friends left, I started listening to more of their songs. I started learning their names, and the next day I went to school full of happiness and excitement. My mom thought I had a boyfriend because it was the first time I was that happy. 2 months later, it was finally summer break, and I was so excited for it because I would go back to Greece and see my old friends. But when I went there, it wasn't as I remembered. They had new friends, and I didn't know many of their inside jokes. I would say that I had things to do so I wouldn't have to go out with them, when I was just staying at home crying myself to sleep. But again, I didn't say anything to them or my other family members. After a while, I started hanging out with them again, hoping that things would change. Some things did, others didn't, and it was the first time I talked to someone about how I felt. I was so sad all over again. I would cry every day, and sometimes I wasn't able to hold back my tears, so I would start crying in front of my friends and leave. And then when I hated myself the most and wanted everything to end, BTS dropped their new album Love Yourself, Answer. This album helped me a lot even without knowing what they were saying. I actually never thought it was necessary to put the captions on because I would automatically feel connected to their music. BTS really saved my life, not once, but twice. I would always feel joy when I would listen to their songs or look at their photos. Another school year started and everything was fine until things started happening again. My friends got in a fight and we got split in two. BTS and ARMYs would always help me. Now I'm back in Greece for summer and again nothing is the same, but I'm dealing with things better now. BTS helped me love myself, and with ARMYs, I'm more happy now. Both of them would always remind me that I'm not alone and that there is hope for everything. I'm so thankful to both of them and mostly to BTS for introducing me to such a beautiful family. I'm always here for anyone that needs help and wants to talk to someone about what's wrong, and I'm also here to listen to your happiness, ARMYs. Thank you so much, BTS, for saving me, and thank you ARMYs for never leaving me alone. I love you all and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. Nat, thank you so much for sharing your BTS story with us today. ARMY is an amazing fan base and I am so glad that you were able to find friends within the fandom that helped you through a difficult time. I hear this happen to ARMYs time and time again, but it never gets old. I am so grateful to BTS and to ARMY for being so kind, loving, and accepting of people from so many different walks of life. After all, it's our differences that allow everyone to bring something unique to the fandom. Do you have a knack for creating fan art? Perhaps you're good at writing fanfiction. Some of you are good at making crack videos. Or maybe you are crazy enough to try and make a difference by getting ARMY's stories out so that people know that they are not alone, but who would do something like that? Since we don't have enough time left in this episode for another story, I would like to use the remaining time to talk to you guys a little bit. I have been thinking about finding ways to open this show up to more people and possibilities. BTS will always be the center of this program, of course, but perhaps we could include a few other forms of sharing about ourselves outside of telling how we became ARMYs or how BTS helped us through difficult times. This actually connects well with what I was just talking about after Nat's story. What if I also shared fan art, fan fiction, and other forms of ARMY's talent on this show? What do you guys think? After all, we are more than our past. BTS has also given us an outlet to share our various talents. Feel free to leave a comment either way. I want to give as many ARMYs as possible the opportunity for their voice to be heard. By expanding what we do, we could give more ARMYs a You. But how did you know?
Are you referring to the fact that I just played your favorite clip from your favorite Taeyeon fan cam?
Why do you know so much about me?
I don't know why.
Really? I highly doubt that. Tell me the truth. Who are you?
I'm the bad guy. Duh.
This obviously isn't going to get me anywhere, so I might as well just try and continue the show and pray that I can complete a sentence without being attacked by some random Taeyeon clip that is bound to make me thirsty. Interesting, I would have thought for certain that would have been your cue to interrupt. I don't know anymore. Viewers, do you have any guesses as to who could be behind this? They obviously know things about me and that could—
Hello, tell me what you want right now. Hello, I'ma give it to you, girl, right now. 내건 아니라지만 넌 최고. 네 앞에서 baby going 내 맘. 네게 다가서고 싶지만 너무 심하게 아름다워. 여자는 최고의 선물이야 진짜 내 소원은 너뿐이야 난 너라면 안목해 자제가 안 되네. 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고 머리부터 발끝까지 최고 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고 머리부터 발끝까지 최고 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고 거울머리 하나까지 최고.
But of course, my tormentor presents the video that made me an ARMY. I have grown too thirsty to continue this charade, so I am done with this for now. Time to close the show. Want to share your story on this show? Go to @SYArmyT on Twitter and fill out the form on our pinned tweet. Then, simply submit the form to that account via DM or send an email to speakyourselfarmy@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Until next time.